Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome if this is your first time. I hope you guys are doing well. I am here to tell you guys the story of how I gave birth to my baby girl. So the last time we spoke, in terms of baby here on this channel was around the hospital bag video. Yes, it's when we're doing the hospital bag video, and I think I was around 35 weeks when I did that. Yes, I was around 35 weeks and I gave birth at 38 weeks and a few days. Yeah, okay, so before I get down to how I gave birth and everything, this was my birth plan, right? My birth plan was to give birth to a healthy and happy baby. So I did not have like a birth plan to the T because of basically research. I did a lot of research on a birth plan and how they don't always go the way that we expect them to go. I'm going to give birth naturally, and I hoped to give birth naturally, but I knew that it might not happen. I knew that the likelihood of me giving birth naturally might not happen, but I still prayed and believed towards the very end. So the reason why I had no birth plan, or my birth plan was to just give birth to a happy and healthy baby, was because I did my research. I was researching on different types of birth plans, and also I learned from so many people, especially here on YouTube. I watched so many birth videos, I watched so many stories, and so many people went through the most. Go watch them, you'll see, like, through the most, because they wanted to give birth naturally. That was their plan, and things did not go the way that they had planned because of things going wrong or whatever reason, but mostly things going wrong. So I did not want to put myself through that, because I saw how it did to these moms, it really like traumatized them more. And with my experience of giving birth is already so traumatizing. Just everything that you go through is already so traumatizing. It's an adjustment every little step. I'm glad that I did not add to that by planning everything to the T, only for it not to go as planned. And it's not to say that you should not have a birth plan or you shouldn't plan things to the T. I just feel like for me, I already, like, I was told, I don't know how true it is, but I was told, because I was a small girl, and I was carrying such a big baby, the chances of me giving birth naturally was so slim. And yeah, but my doctor, one thing that I really appreciate about my doctor is that not once did he give me the impression that that wasn't going to happen, or made me feel like, no, there's no way, it's not happening for you. I believed and prayed to the very end, and that is exactly what he was telling me as well. Say that until something happens, you're going to give birth naturally. You don't have to worry about that. And nothing. Towards the very end, it looked like I was going to give birth naturally. I was booked at the hospital for natural birth, and around I think 35, 36 weeks there, the doctor was like, okay, the baby's positioning is not great. It's not there yet. The baby's head is not launching nicely into the pelvic bone. Like, she's so far away and she should be close by now, but it could happen overnight. It's something that could just literally happen overnight, and the baby's just rightfully positioned, and it's we can go. So that was not the case for up to 38 weeks. When I had my last checkup, it was still the same, and it was still so far up that it was not a possibility. And also the fact that she was a very big baby. Okay, when I gave birth to my baby, she was 4.1 kg. I gave birth to a 4.1 kg baby. No surprise there. Like, I was huge. I was huge. We knew that it was going to be a big baby. My doctor would tell me a long time ago, even before like the weight went like crazy up, he would just say that this is going to be a very big baby. So we already knew that, and we knew that also contributes to the way that we'll be able to give birth. So I still prayed, I still believed, and I was scheduled for a C-section on Wednesday, I think the 16th of Feb. I think it was the 16th. Yes, that's when I was scheduled to give birth. And then a C-section, you can only schedule a C-section. It was a C-section because of the reasons I just gave now. So that was the plan, that I'm giving birth via cesarean, and those were the reasons, right? And I was ready for that. Everything, that I had packed the hospital back at like 35 weeks already, so everything was ready, packed, ready, just waiting for baby to come. Even then, I still prayed and hoped and believed to go into labor. I wanted to go into labor and hoped that, because my doctor was like, this could happen overnight, this could still happen for you. I hoped that I would go into labor and it will be a natural birth. But I wasn't, I was already scheduled and I was okay. I was happy that I'm finally going to give birth because I was so extremely exhausted. I was tired. I was carrying a very big baby. Every bone in me was like not having it any longer, So I just wanted to give birth to my beautiful, healthy baby. That's all I wanted. And it came, the day came at around, I think 11 to 12 midnight. I started experiencing those pains. But it had happened before. I experienced a lot of Braxton Hicks where I would feel those pains. They felt like like period pains. They'll just start and then come back later or after hours, and then like that. So I thought it was the same thing when it started that day. It was a Saturday that day. And I had went earlier. I had went to the salon. I wanted to get my hair done, so I wanted to be cute when I give birth. And then when I got there, this lady, I don't know what she was doing to my hair, but it didn't look good, ne? And I was like, take it off. And I was so tired, and my head was painful, and I was like, you know what, I'll come back tomorrow, like on Sunday morning. I was like, I'll come back tomorrow to do my hair, because I can't go through the whole process again. It's too painful. I think it was like a few lines, and they were so bad. I was like a straight back, and they were so bad. I was like, I'll come back tomorrow because this is not nice. The person who does my hair was busy, so I couldn't also wait. So yeah. So it's like, no, I'll come back tomorrow. So I didn't get to do my hair. So I gave birth looking horrific. But anyway, so yeah, later on that day, actually no, before I went to the salon in the morning, brace yourself. That morning, okay, not to be too disgusting, I'm just gonna say that mucus plug came out. Mucus plug, a lot of it, like that's the big gulp of jelly that is full of blood, a little bit of blood. They call it the bloody show. What's it called? I think it's called the bloody show or the blood show. It came out, a lot of it, and then I went straight to the internet, and then they said that the mucus plug can come even days before you go into labor. So yeah, we did not really stress about that. I was just like, okay, cool, fine. Throughout the day, every time I go to the toilet, mucus plug is coming out. Every time I go to the toilet, mucus plug is coming out. It should have been my first sign of, okay, I'm going into labor now, or I'm in labor now. I don't know how these things work, but I think I was in labor. Yeah. Around 11 to 12, the contractions are starting to get closer and really bad. There were like a few hours, I think, at the time, but they feel very consistent and a bit more painful than I've ever experienced them. So I was like, something must be up here. Anyway, I went to bed, and I woke up at around 5 a.m. in the morning, and now they were like even closer, and they were really, no, I'm lying. I think in the middle of the night, in the AM still, I still experienced them, but I wasn't sure, because I would wake up and I would like feel this need to just brace myself, and then they would come, and then I'll let go, and then I'll sleep. Yeah, so I don't know how to explain that pain. It's like period pains, but like intense, and yeah, they come and they go, but like the really intense period pains. Like that's the best way that I can explain them. But also they just different as well from period pains. So yeah, I don't know how to explain. So yeah, they kept on coming. They kept on coming. You know, I did not know what to do. So I read about these things, and I knew that because they were not like 5 minutes, 2 minutes apart, there was no need for me to rush to the hospital. So I just honestly just took it in. I just took it in, and then at around 7 in the morning, they got so hectic. They got so bad. I woke. Oh, we tried to wake my mother up. We were calling her, but she was not answering. I called my dad. He was not answering, so we couldn't get to my mom. And then we called my mother-in-law, and we couldn't get to her as well. And then we called, but just to ask what to do because she's like really far away. And then we called our aunt as well, and then she was the one who was like, no, you need to go to the hospital. It's like, hey, this is your first baby, don't be like, all I know, you know nothing, rush to the hospital, okay, because you don't know what's happening. So we rushed to the hospital, and then did we call our doctor? No, we didn't call our doctor. We didn't call anyone. We just rushed to the hospital. So I quickly took a bath. It was the longest bath of my life. I'm telling you, it was so bad. And our little cousin was here as well, and she was like, she didn't know what to do. Like, honestly, I wanted that. I wanted to feel what it would be like to be in labor, even though I knew that I was not going to give birth naturally. I'm glad that I went through that. I know it's weird. Why would anyone want to be in pain? But I wanted to experience it, you know? But anyway, I still hoped at that moment, at that point, I still hoped that there was a chance because I'm going into labor. I was like, okay, because I'm going into labor, there must be a chance that I could still give birth naturally, right? I thought so, but that wasn't the case. So I got to the hospital. We did not test for COVID because we had to test for COVID on the Monday before the Wednesday of the scheduled C-section. So now, because we went into labor, we had not done that because it was Sunday and we were gonna go on Monday. So we had to test for COVID when we got there. So the first thing they did when we got there is just take me to the maternity ward, and they wanted to check how far I was. They wanted to also check the contractions, how far apart they are, just to check if I'm okay and everything, the blood pressure and all of that. So they did all of the things that they had to do, and then the past care people came and tested us. My husband and I tested us for COVID, and then yeah, like I was never ready for all the other things that went down at that point. I was like, why didn't you guys tell me? Like, why didn't you guys warn me? So yeah, like it was so invasive. It was so invasive. There's so many people, right? Oh, it was a Sunday and it wasn't so bad. The hospital was a bit chill. It wasn't too much going on. But like for me, like 3 or 4 people at the time was just like too much, and they were all coming in on me. You know, they took off my clothes. Well, I took off my clothes. Why am I being extra? I took off my clothes and got into that robe, you know, the one that exposes the pant. Yes, that one. So I got into that, and they, you know, everyone was just helping themselves. You know, like the other nurse would just come in and be like, came in with a, what do you call this? Clipper. Clipper. I mean, clipper. I don't know what to call it. Like it's hair clippers, right? Hair clipper. Yes, that thing. You know, wanted to like take away the thingy, and I'm thinking. So that's when I knew that I was still doing the C-section. Bama. So what I didn't understand is that if I'm still having a C-section, why are they checking how dilated I am? I didn't ask. I was just in pain. I wish I had asked though. Anyway, so they went in with that thing that they do. Oh my goodness. Troms. Troms. I was traumatized. I'm glad they only did it once. They only did it once. I was like about 2 centimeters dilated. 2 centimeters, yes. And then they put that thing, the urethra as well. It's like, oh shit. Guys, like I was never ready for all of that. Like it was a lot. So all of those things are very painful and very uncomfortable. Yeah, to be honest, it was just very uncomfortable. And then from there, this call is disturbing me. Yeah, and then from there, I don't remember what else happened, guys, but what I remember is that there was just a lot of, it was invasive. There was a lot going on, and yeah, but I was in pain. That's all for me at that point that made it. I was just so much in pain. My baby, by the way, was the only baby born on the 13th of February at that hospital. So yeah, so I came. Yeah, they moved me to theater as a theater. They moved to theater where I was gonna do the operation, and when I got in there, the first thing I saw was my doctor, and immediately I felt a little bit better, because that whole, was like a bit overwhelming for me. And then immediately I felt a little bit better, and the people who were in there, it was like two people, I think, two other people, and nurses before the pediatrician, the anesthesiologist, and my doctor, which is the gynecologist. So it wasn't so many people. I thought there was going to be a lot of people, so I thought it wasn't too many people, right? But anyway, so I got in there, and they made me feel so much better. They made me feel calm and relaxed, and they told me exactly what was going to happen. And they told me that, well, they do, all of them, they will tell you, Shame, they'll walk you through it, but nothing will prepare you, even though they'll walk you through it. I'm so sorry about the lighting. It's very late in the evening, and now the sun is going down. So I really hope that this works out fine. So yeah, the anesthesiologist told me that, listen, it's gonna be okay. This is what's gonna happen. It's not gonna be painful. It's just gonna sting a little bit. I don't even remember how it felt because the contractions were making me crazy. I don't remember how the anesthesia felt, like the needle felt on my spine. I don't remember, honestly, because the contractions make me crazy. And my doctor was like, don't worry, it's gonna go away any minute now. And yeah, I don't know, like the transition from the contractions were horrible, and I was glad that they were over, but I was also a little bit sad that you're getting cut, sis. Now it's the time you're getting cut. But I couldn't wait to meet my little girl, so it was all good. Okay, so yeah, and okay, all the pain went away. They keep putting ice on my body, so to check if I'm not gonna feel anything, to a point where I did not feel anything. And that's when they started their procedure. And then yeah, it was nice, honestly. Like, the environment, and they were so nice. They were making jokes. My doctor is so funny. Like, he was making jokes all the time, laughing. We were laughing. We were all laughing. My husband was literally like just here on my side. And yeah, it was a nice environment. And they went in there making jokes, laughing. It was a beautiful environment, I don't want to lie. I could feel everything. Yeah, I was very drowsy, but I could feel anything. I could feel everything. But I could feel when they were taking out the baby. Yes. When they're taking out the baby, and oh, guys, I oh, it was so beautiful. Like, when they took her out, and as moms, we go through a lot when we're pregnant, leading up to the birth, because there's so many things that could go wrong. There's just yeah. So just when she comes out crying, and the doctor is like, everything is good, she's good, she's happy, she's healthy, this is how much she weighs. And then you can see her, like, I remember that day like it was yesterday. Like, the first time I held her, like, I was just laughing. I just laughed. Like, I just laughed, It was so beautiful. We're so happy. Oh, yeah. Oh, I couldn't believe it. I mean, how babies look when they just come out. They look like potatoes. Like, you don't see what's happening there. But you were just so mesmerized. Like, you're just so in awe of God and God's creation, and you just can't believe that God trusts you with such a precious gift. Like, oh, he just and they're just the most precious things, the most beautiful things in the world. And I was in awe. It was so nostalgic, man. I couldn't wait to hold her. I got out of and I still couldn't hold her for a very long time. I won't lie, after that, everything else was a lot. Maybe one day I'll tell you all about that story, because this video is already long enough. But it was such a beautiful experience, and I was surrounded by so many people, loved ones, family. That whole day, like, was just overwhelming. Like, there was so much love. It was a beautiful day, and yeah, that's how I gave birth to my beautiful, beautiful baby girl. Zoe. Her name is Zoe. She means life. So yeah, we are so blessed, we're so happy. Yeah, and I can't wait. Let me know, guys, what else you'd like me to tell you, in terms of parenting and baby related type of videos. Just let me know. Mom content, basically. Yes, if there's any video that you want me to. Yeah, that was my big brother. He's always making noise. Yeah, thank you guys so much for getting this far. Thank you for watching. Please let me know what other type of content you'd like me to do in terms of the mom content or baby related. I don't know, but yeah. Yeah, so let me know, because I think I actually do like this kind of content, and I would like to share more, because I wish that I had a little bit more of this type of content. So let me know, and if I wasn't explicit about anything and you want to know more, just let me know. Yeah, thank you so much for getting this far. I really appreciate each and every one of you guys. Don't forget to like the video, don't forget to subscribe and share if you can with somebody who might need it. Thank you so much, and bye.